Hi, welcome to Jadekind Gaming. I am Adam. I'm here with Nick, Austin, and Bob for Session 2, where they will finally join each other. If you have any comments, ask below, or put them below, like, fun stuff. Let's get going. That's great. Man, this Bob fella's a clever guy. You could subscribe. That's a really good idea. You should do that. You'd be cool like Bob.
Or don't, I guess. Let's face it, if you're beneath me on the cool factor, you need all the help you can get. Go ahead and click.
Anyways, let's see. You've been here longest. Mm-hmm. So you after whatever, sleeping off a bit, you feel a little better in the morning. You're still a bit drained, but you have a good amount of time just sort of in your room.
Look around. I'll go ahead and roll and investigate just to check everything out in the room.
Okay.
22.
This desk, chair, books where you were able to hang bags or whatever of your stuff. Mm-hmm. Bed. Otherwise, hardwood floors, that small window outside that looks out on a garden.
Look out on a garden.
Yeah, you probably see, if you spend very much time looking out there, you will occasionally see people walking by. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, yeah. At this point, if anyone comes by or you listen at the door, languages are things that no one is speaking a language that you can understand.
Again, this guy teleported me to a different part of the world. That's understandable.
But otherwise, do you pretty much just stay in your room?
Mm-hmm. And I figure that gentleman will come get me when breakfast, or I need to work to start helping out around here.
Mm-hmm. And someone probably will come by with sort of a plate of food. You cannot understand what he says, but tray of food is pretty self-evident that he leaves for you.
It's poison.
At your
This is a very elaborate assassination attempt. Very elaborate.
But you're probably brought food at some point shortly after you arrive in your room. It was already morning by the time you'd gotten to your room. Do you do anything during the day while waiting?
I believe I was in the middle of writing things down.
Also, do Warforges eat?
I do not have to.
You can, though.
I can, though.
You're working on notes at desk. Because, magic, let's learn how this is done. So I'm guessing you just spend time, and the longer it takes, the more you just try and remember details and write little side notes in the margins of, oh wait, this happened. And
yes, that is the plan. Eventually, I'll be level 17 and have 9th level spells, and all this information will be really important then.
But it takes quite some time through the day. It's probably it's into the afternoon before anything much else happens. But let's make perception checks, hearing based.
Both of us, or just
yeah, both of you.
Not me.
Nope.
21. Well,
12.
I should check to make sure my perception is +2. It's +2.
Okay, yeah. You don't necessarily notice, but you will sort of notice as you're sitting there.
Join the party.
Perhaps as someone walking by outside, and while it's nothing interesting, you hear language that you can understand. Perhaps simply saying your room is right over here, or someone's walking by. You hear, someone walking outside of your room speaking in a language that you understand. And that's the first time, other than that broken point as you got here from that you heard from Gavilian, that you've really understood anything here.
Yeah, and bring back the other piece of paper that I'm writing about the transfer of worlds, and make note of that. Theories on whether or not cognitive language is based on location when you're shifting planes. the ability to learn new languages by shifting to a tuning lane. That'd be good. That'd be accelerated learning.
Mm-hmm. But probably after that short time, or you didn't notice, but it'll be therefore a bit in the afternoon. That Nakamura's comes to collect you. He knocks on your door, announces himself.
Open it.
Yeah. He has still a tint of yellow to his robes, but this pair is much more dull, almost in that sort of off-white hue. And he sort of says, "Everyone has arrived, and I can take you to the meeting hall, where they will be joining you, and you can meet my boss."
Okay.
So he collects you, and he walks away. Leads you through the through this area. Back essentially down the hall where you came in when you were first here and very disoriented, and out sort of a entryway to the outside into the gardens, where he leads you across a compound that has a few other buildings into what is certainly the most elaborate of any of them.
Yeah, I think I've been here before.
Do you?
I'm pretty sure we've used this map.
I've never used this map before.
Oh, okay.
It is close to where we came out of the sewers, is what he's thinking.
Oh, yep.
This map I actually got for this game. But you're led then into the building, bit of gardens, and it's there's a large statue.
That is a very sad garden maze.
To be fair, this is actually there's a balcony here, and there's an upper floor that's supported above it. It's not so much meant to be a maze, and really
it's a hiding place for people getting frisky.
Yeah, seems
potentially.
like it.
Seriously, underneath the balcony, one little alcove.
But anyways, you're led through a
Might as well
room.
be a bed there.
Yeah.
Very much. This is one of the areas that is closest resembling to what it is supposed to be because I've designed the place based on the map.
It's a good song. Good song.
Anyways, elaborate floors, rugs, few doors leading off, and he leads you to the left of the statue into a little hall. You see a wider room off to your right, but you're quickly led up a flight of stairs.
What kind of statue is it?
Of a man. Stairs. You turn right around a corner. You see, what appear to be, almost stuffed, like creatures and stuff in the distance. A wider room, but you're again quickly taken into a long room that has some 20 or 30 chairs facing a podium at the end, to where Nicomore's just read says, "You can wait in here. The others will be joining you shortly."
Also, I don't think you would want to make out in that garden, because I'm almost sure this is a row of toilet stalls where they just shit directly under the bushes underneath.
There you go.
Fertilizer! That's not how that works, but that is what that looks like.
That is not proper sanitation.
Directly down into that garden.
Because somebody's got to go and clean that. Bushes don't magically make that not a problem.
That's actually not what's happening there, but...
Is that not what these are?
Yeah, those are toilets, and that is directly above there, but that is not where that goes.
So you're telling me bushes don't eat poo? Like,
Nah,
my whole
no.
world is shifted here.
No, that's the purple smoke that does that.
Yes!
Purple smoke eats poo.
Oh man, that's an old game. Very useful. But yeah, you're sort of just led there, and I'm guessing you just take a seat. Wait. And you probably have probably about 10 minutes before anyone else shows up.
Told you. Elaborate assassination attempt.
You're going to be here for like 30 years. Elaborate assassination attempt!
And at that point, they jump out and get you. And you're like, I knew it!
Reincarnate.
Again. end up as a dwarf.
Ah.
But you are collected. Gaboyen shows up, knocks on your door. Tormmik?
I look at him.
No, you answer the door, in other words.
Yeah.
Yeah. He and everyone has arrived. We can take you to meet them, and I'll leave you for you to meet my boss as well.
Alright. Gather my things.
Are you gathering all of your stuff?
Yes.
He doesn't put. This will be your room if you would like to leave things here.
No, I still take all my stuff. These are important research notes. I'm not letting them have these.
Okay. He does inform you, and again,
Slide them in a pillow.
likewise, same. He leads you across the grounds, back through the, essentially you're all in the same hall, very near each other. So you're led the same path through the building.
This one has toilets too.
Yes, those are the bottom floor toilets. You get a perception check.
12.
Oh. That's going to be good enough. Yeah, you actually notice the non-albino sword-toothed titan that is taxidermied across the way.
Am I sure it's taxidermied?
You're sure that it's that or a statue or something, but you notice that. That catches your eye for some reason. Shortly before you're led into the room where he says, already here. This is Tormmik. We've not met.
Do I understand him?
Yes.
Ah.
You understand everything you've heard at this point.
I go, good to meet you. I'm Rock. I like what you've done with your portion of the world and non-robot death.
And I'm standing there.
Okay. Anyways, you have one more joining you before Mr. Tungsten will be here. Get used to it.
Can they at least all be named after metals?
No.
Oh.
So this world is less metal than I was hoping for.
That's sad.
No, that's the proper response to the word metal.
At
I don't
a
even
certain
know.
point, it's just reflex.
I don't even know how blacksmiths get anything done.
They listen to Black Sabbath.
But anyways, you're probably in your room for probably about 15 minutes before Sarlene comes to collect you. She knocks on your door again. John?
Mm-hmm.
Things have been... You get up and you mess with the podium.
I'm looking behind it, yeah.
Get to you.
Yeah, definitely be here in the back.
Do you guys discuss while... you probably have a few minutes.
Nope.
He sits down and writes notes.
And I'm looking around.
This is an interesting looking dude.
Yeah? And I'll let you describe the
Write notes on him.
My boss should be meeting with you soon. They can take you to the meeting hall.
Okie dokie.
And she leads you through that building, out through the grounds, and to the museum, where she takes you upstairs. Same established path as was done before, and she drops you off. These are the gentlemen which you are now connected with. You can get to know them. I will inform Mr. Tungsten that you have arrived. He should be in soon. Can you stay down from there, please?
Look around. Yeah.
A whole 3 steps up there.
Thank you.
Want a beer?
And knock that over. Nothing, just like what's she expecting him to do to the podium?
No?
Anyone want a beer?
No, thank you.
Do you actually have beer?
Yeah, 4 of them.
Well, then yes.
4 stouts.
They're going to be
Jeez.
so horrible for you.
That's the point. It's, got to test out this, Warforged physiology.
And now, Mr. Metalwood Man, his beer comes in sealed metal containers.
I have a dagger.
I just look at you and crack the top.
Yeah, I've got a dagger. It ain't that tough.
Before you go do that, like, there's a tab, just pull up on it.
Yeah, and there's a hole in my top of my eye. I don't know what you're complaining about. This is clearly how you open a sealed metal container.
I crack mine normally. For me.
Hey, do you have a few minutes before?
Oh, as I drink that, enjoy. Do take note of the fact that as a Warforged, I probably don't have a gag reflex, and therefore can just kind of like pour it down like it's a drain.
Delicious.
What do you look like? Describe yourselves.
You're the most normal, so we're looking at you.
Is he? She? Maybe? I don't know.
He
Eh? Can't tell that. That icon's a little...
androgynous, yeah.
Well, it's Russia. They're all wearing giant coats.
I just picked the one with the best hat.
Yeah, no. Your pawn doesn't necessarily reflect exactly what you look like.
No, but
It totally represents what you look like a little bit.
Tan skin, high cheekbones, hazel eyes, pointy ears.
Warforges look like what a person would look like if you took off all their skin and all the muscle was metal and wood.
are you at least a dwarven replica of a Warforge?
No, I'm a full-size Warforge.
Oh.
Wearing black clothing. Like modern day wear.
I'm
And
not wearing
combat
clothing.
boots.
I'm
I
like, no,
have a,
I don't have clothing. I had dwarf clothing at one point. It certainly doesn't fit anymore.
I have a transparent shield.
You took that with you?
Yeah.
I mean, they also
I
would have
grabbed my whole bag. I grabbed my kit.
I did that. I left my bag and heal pack. I'm armed without them.
And then I have a holster, though you probably can't see it under the coat.
Mm-hmm. So, he's an elf. Do you recognize him for what he is, given you have elves?
I don't know. I recognize him as an elf.
Probably, yeah.
Well, papers. Look back at the other guy.
You're just some elf.
You're not important. Just some guy.
Sit down, put my feet up on the chair in front of me, keep drinking my beer.
The chairs aren't nailed down. If it's easier to turn it around.
To put my... No.
To use as a stool.
Yeah.
What? No.
Okay.
Usually you don't sit like this with your legs super up on the back of a chair in front of you.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
No, but if they move,
I
I totally take the chair like next to me and turn it sideways and use it as a table. Just more like a storage space.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta put that ink so well somewhere.
I'm a human. Metal bits. My arm seems bulbous. I have a helmet with a gem in it.
You look like Mega Man. That's my comment to you.
He's a lot more human-y than that.
Got Popeye arm. Not
Yeah, I have a Popeye arm.
So that's your wanking arm, is it?
No.
Tell me I was under.
You can very easily just shift it into a gun and back. Which would really impress Austin, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, eventually you'll see my hand just disappear into my arm.
And my grandfather could do that with his thumb.
And you probably have about 7 or 8 minutes of that. Time to...
How's the room lit? How's the room lit?
How's the room lit? There's probably hanging from the ceiling are lights. If you get up near and try and investigate them, there are crystals in them that emit a light. They're magical.
Yeah. Is it magic?
Yes, it is magic. If you compare multiple of them, they don't all appear to be like replicas, like the same thing over and over. But they work together. So, perhaps they're naturally occurring from somewhere and they came from different sources, or some of them are made and others are things that were found, but there are crystals suspended in things from the ceiling that illuminate the room. And it is well lit.
So they wouldn't notice one was missing.
They might. You don't know.
Did I say anything?
It would add shadows to an area of room.
Can I reach them?
If you stacked a couple chairs on top of each other, you're tall. If you stacked a chair on top of another,
I can put it back later. Put on the mag vision.
Both of you blatantly notice that he's done that.
Okay.
I do respond very strongly. I shift one foot underneath the other, and I go
Yeah, I can put it back. Oh, tech magic is just...
So, you guys are new here too?
Yeah, I showed up like 20 minutes ago.
How's the war going in your areas?
The what?
The war.
There's no war.
There is a war in my land. It's like, static.
Yeah.
My entire world is at peace.
It's like, you must be really far away and not know about the robots.
Oh no, we have space travel. We have robots too, but they're cute little things that roll around. Usually vacuum the floor.
Get to work, slave.
Now I'm just thinking about my own past. Like, that's how it started.
Also, my world doesn't have magic.
Again, what is magic?
Oh, this. I turn to a cat. Turn back into a person. Put my feet back up.
Yeah, just looking. Yep, that's normal. It's like not even worth a notice. Must be a druid.
Back away.
Just leave that one alone.
You're weird and made of wood, but you're still robot-y, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah?
Like, I could start it. I'll probably get 30 seconds out of it.
I'm certainly not an evil robot. Or am I?
But anyways, how long do you study your gem? Do you end up with it putting it back before?
I don't know. It depends on how long it takes to analyze its magical aura and write down what I know.
Are you using whatever identify?
No, just tech magic. Just make note of the aura, see if it's any different from the kind of auras I'd see with a comb.
Whatever is
That's
generic
not
for... Is it transmutation?
If it's light, evocation.
Yeah. Basically that. And it seems very standard to...
Yeah, then it goes back.
Yeah. But yeah, as I said, from the point where John is dropped off, about 8 minutes before... and it would actually be... Soene would actually come back in, only this time she comes from the room at the far end above the podium. She opens the door. The breath stands. Would you please rise? That's it. Would you please rise for Count Hubert Tungsten II?
Count?
Down, up.
I'm an American.
I mean, I'll rise out of respect, but seriously, a count? I'm thinking it.
What are you thinking about Count?
It's a count. That's a little presumptuous for a count.
Yeah?
Here's a count on his lands.
I mean, come on. He's going to outrank, all what? The peasants?
Some knights.
He would outrank all knights.
Yeah, that's like... He's outranking a lot of people, but seriously, you're going to demand people stand for the count?
He's over the count, and he's over the barons...
Yeah.
Any knights and all of peasantry.
Yeah.
To be fair, there are, not including people equal to him, but people above him, there are 6.
Yeah. That's
There's a lot more people that are equal to him, but there are only 6 people that are actually above him. And technically only one person that's above him in line to the top person.
Yeah.
The other 5 of those, the other 5... Is it dukes?
That would be the natural.
Dukes.
That would be the natural evolution.
The other 5 dukes, they're spread out over different areas. So between him and the king, there's one person in between.
Yeah, it's not, I'm just saying he's a count. Counts normally aren't so big on the... Now, rise and respect my position. I'm a count. And it's like, it's not normally thing you go around.
Hubert
right?
He's not a Viscount, so it's obvious, understandable that he's
There
got
is no.
some problems.
There is no.
I'm just saying, that's just my thought.
So you realize, so do you not?
I'm sitting down drinking a beer.
It's proper respect. I understand how that works. I come from the land of politics.
John, please. Stand up and drink your beer.
Yeah, stand up.
Rising from
Thank you.
monarchies is very rude. It's an anti-American.
And so she steps back
I
and
stand with utmost insolence.
the you know, a bit of an overweight bearded man, little jolly kind of look walks in. He looks at you with such pride.
I go over and lean against the wall.
I already have a bad opinion of this guy.
Hey, and he turns. Thank you, Simon. You may go. Please enjoy your day. Friends, welcome. Oh, this is magnificent. And he sort of steps down from his raised podium and he walks around. Look, very interesting. The things you must have seen. The things that you will see. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And he runs back up behind his podium. Not the quickest runner, but, you know, you can tell he's putting in effort. Wonderful. Let's see. And he starts shuffling.
No participation grade, man.
This must... Oh, please, take a seat. Take a seat. Be comfortable.
I continue to insolently lean against the wall.
I'll take a seat. Make a note. Got a bioalchemy set. Need to find out what kind of metal this is, how to make it.
Which metal?
Aluminum.
Ah. Oh. Okay, yes.
It's naturally occurring.
Yeah, but the refinement process is pretty specific. And if you figure out how to refine aluminum, oh, it'd be amazing.
Anyways, so, I do believe, well, I'm quite certain, in fact, you're here, so you each have one of our lovely discovered stones grafted to your bone.
The teleportation stone?
Yes, you can probably still feel it beneath the skin, but otherwise
I
it's...
correct him, it's not technically teleportation.
Well, of course not. You're on a completely different world. Your world's long gone in the past.
What now? I thought I was told I was just going to be brought somewhere else where the robots weren't.
Well, he's not wrong.
There are no robots here. I'm pretty sure. That should
What's
be
a robot?
that should be properly translated. As long as the 3 of you are together, you know, within some distance, language should not be a barrier. While some of you who arrived later may have been very ill, as long as you're around each other and alive, things should... You shouldn't have too much sick from the, you know, the disorientation of being in another world. That should be maintained at a minimum, as long as you stick together. But, so, best be fast friends. Yes, yes. But yes, the stones, they're keeping you here, and they're helping bind you together, so that collectively you can stay in the world without harm.
Seems inefficient. After finding that process, clearly, the idea that you have to keep 3 of them together to maintain cohesion That's just bad math.
So, before I send you, you must have some questions.
Do you have a library?
Well, our basic library, yes, we have a good collection of books. Some
on
research notes. Yes, of course. We fund adventures and explorations. We send people out to collect wonderful items for my museum.
Interesting. So, here, is there anything attacking and trying to kill everybody?
Well, I mean, different people have different things. And I mean, there's, certainly issues that can arise, The dragon gets too annoyed and he flies over. That's something that has to be dealt with, but,
So there's not a concerted effort to wipe out all life on the planet?
Well, no, generally anything that's attacking something else is really doing it because it wants to live in that spot, or something of that like.
Okay. Weird, but still better than home. Not active, life aside.
What you're saying is all your friends are dead now, and you've abandoned them?
No, there's still resistance going.
Anyone speak up on anything else?
No, I asked my question.
Ask about what we need to do to stay here, work-wise.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. That leads right into the point. We send people out, whether it's to delve in some ancient tombs, or whatever else, there might be some goodies lurking. But of course, I've not seen you, I've got a plan, I know exactly how I can see what you can do, so I have actually something for you to set out on today.
$10 says giant rats.
He gives you a puzzled look.
How'd you know?
Well, in fact, yes.
It's a joke in my world.
Well,
See, this stuff here is one of the games that children play. And
you have to minimize your knowledge of D&D.
What a barbaric world. You send children to fight giant rats? Those things are dangerous.
Oh no, we use pieces of paper.
No, I don't say nothing. I just think it real loud.
Well,
your character was not set up as someone that played D&D, so you don't know.
I speak Tolkien Elvish. I beg to differ.
Well, as long as over some time as you adjust to this world you stop it, then it's fine for now.
or at least if it's enough, session or editions back where nothing matches up. Or, not D&D, but that fun game, Caverns and Caravans.
Demons and nymphs?
Yes.
Monsters and Mazes.
Yes.
You always have to keep the alliteration when you're making fun of D&D for another product.
Alternatively, there are other products that are just...
No, you gotta look back at Tom Hanks and Monsters and Mazes.
I never watched that movie. Really dumb.
It was so bad.
Remember, D&D causes insanity and suicide.
That's right.
Satan's
This
game.
is the poison we all play with. We're daring.
I think
No
it's just
fear.
imaginative and fun.
No fear. Playing with fire here, Adam.
Nope.
Which my character can actually
Yeah. But yes, we can set you up to send you across to Orleans, our great capital, and I have a friend there who runs a tavern on the outskirts of the city, and of course she has had some complaints of giant rats coming up in the basement, so you can go and take care of those.
My character's just doing this. Drinking a beer.
Could you make your way out there and clear that out for her? Turn and we'll... And then we'll see what you've got,
Give him a thumbs up, drain the beer, walk out with the can. Looking for trash can. Trash can. Just give it to you.
I'll take an extra can.
Head on out. It's like, I'm not too afraid. I've fought giant rats before. Granted, they're metal and sometimes had lasers, but I've done it.
These can't be that much different.
Yeah, no, it's like, I'm expecting laser rats. Metal laser rats.
Or a
I
stainless
asked him
steel.
if he's got access to an armory. Or rather, if I have access to an armory.
Is there something specific you need? I may be able to get something. I don't.
People-sized armor.
Did you, as your dwarven you, have armor before?
I was wearing clothes. I mean, I wasn't wearing the armor. I totally own some.
It's like,
But no, I'm asking for stuff I don't have.
Yeah. No, who else to say? At this point, they're just some rats. You shouldn't need it. We can try and work something out by the time you get back.
Crossbow?
Crossbow. Huh.
I believe there's a light variant of that, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can get
That's
you.
the one. That's the one I can wield.
Yeah, he'll get you that.
There you go. Free stuff. Crossbows are more expensive than I can afford.
Poor Jim lost his wedding ring.
Yes. Well,
I remember playing old video games and not understanding why crossbows were called X-bows. I'm like, what the heck's an X-bow? But shorthand, crossbow. By the way, I'm like, I don't know what an X-bow is, but apparently it's pretty good.
It's like a crossbow, except it has 4 limbs. You know, double the torque. That's how that works, right, Bob?
Kinda?
With crossbows, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
let's see.
When he says crossbow, all my guy's thinking of is like the modern day fiberglass with a trigger.
Actual, like, pistol grip and shot, you know, stock.
Yeah, a crossbow, you know?
Nope, I get an old school, probably.
One was just that lever thing on the bottom.
Thunk.
But yeah, he says, you may feel free to look around. I'll inform Galien to bring that for you before he comes by. He'll give you the basic idea and answer questions for getting there. But feel free to look around the open areas of the museum while you wait.
We'll wander around looking at these doodads.
Let's see.
So is this just mostly like pottery and stuff? That's what most museums have, pottery.
It's like you've never been to a museum, Nick.
Museums have all sorts of stuff. Pottery is definitely a thing they carry, though.
Yeah, it's like, there's a lot of pottery. It's probably the most
pottery
abundant.
is easy.
Yeah, pottery lasts.
Yeah.
I mean, it breaks, but yeah, it lasts.
In general, on this upper floor, there are... And there are people that are walking around in here as well.
It's a museum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to take like one glance at it and just look. I'm not a historian.
Yeah. There are 2 sets of stairs that each lead up to stained glass windows. Like, the stairs walk up to the base of the window.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not quite a widow's
I'm
walk.
not,
I
I'm not
forget
a,
what that's called.
not a historian.
Yeah. There are artifacts of things on
Is anything here
pedestals.
magic?
Do you turn on Detect Magic?
Yes.
Pretty much everything on these pedestals is magic.
Oh. Let's check those out.
Yeah, there's all sorts of magic.
I follow the trash can around.
I wander over to the Animal Emporium of, by God, what the crap are these? A dinosaur, I know. Like,
There's a bird, there's a tiger.
There's an owl bear.
Yeah, that is it.
Dire bear.
The dire bear, the owl bear.
There are lions and tigers and bears.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
So are
A
these
door behind Well, to you, it's a bit of a golden bird. Magical, by the way, if you're still looking.
Are any of these things in like boxes?
What do you mean?
Are they glass cased or just out on a pedestal?
They appear to just be sitting on a pedestal.
I checked for wardings. I'm an expert in this.
Yes. Yeah, no, they're warded. They're all warded.
Like, I'm an expert on this.
Yes, they are distinctly warded.
Wander around the owlbear.
Is that what's magical? Like, the objects themselves aren't?
No, the objects themselves are also magical.
What kind of warding is it?
The magical kind.
Try to figure that out. Like, if I grab one of these, what would happen?
At the very least, alarm. That, I believe you know, and so you know that. But there's more than that.
It's like, I recognize
It is more than just alarm, but including alarm. Anyways, so you can look around here.
And the building's hit by an earthquake.
You return down the stairs. You actually have a series of room of more and some much larger magical objects, as well as a room of paintings, most of which are not magical. There's some tapestries in there, I think, too.
I like how it's most of them. There's totally at least a magical painting in there.
Yes. But yeah, there's a decent amount of magic stuff around.
That only I can see.
Yes.
Well, it's been a day.
Forget this. Detect magic, a first level spell?
Yep. And I've used it twice. I mean, it's not like I have any offensive spells anyway, but...
But you're probably walking around here.
I'll take a break, use my arcane recovery, get back to spell slot.
You don't have a full hour. You probably have maybe 20 minutes of walking around here before Gabrielle
I
comes
take
in.
a break to collect my thoughts and think about using my arcane abilities. But I just don't have time.
Yeah, he comes in with your crossbow. And pouches for each of you. You each gain a pouch. Each of which has 10 days of rations. You also each get a water skin.
Which is floppiest versus my canteen.
Well, now it's twice as much water that you can carry.
Yeah.
I think you probably each have something that is at least equivalent to that. You're given another. Here. It's like, I am sending you on a multiple day journey. It's like...
I informed Gavilan that technically I don't have to eat.
Well, if you don't want to carry it, you don't have to take it. If you would like to...
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's like...
It's mine.
Yeah, it's like, it is...
You never know when I might just want to have the mouthfeel.
It's like, it is simply allocated to you for this task, which is usually 3 to 4 days from here to Arlen's, and then the same for the return trip. And Prince says, he can, walk you to the edge of the compound where he explains. You take this road. This is really the only road that you have to follow until you cross the river. After which you take the fork left, and it will lead you to Arwen's. It is the first major city along that main road.
Yeah, of course you go to the left.
How many bolts did he give me?
None, just a crossbow. Here you go, this is what you asked for.
20.
20.
Yeah, 20.
It's like, yeah, that sounds right.
20 is average.
Sorry. But yeah, so...
Have the power to transport people across the world.
It's like,
teleportation to a new city. Oof, don't break the bank now.
And yeah, he... Anyways, he also sorts through a ring of keys, and he takes off... Each of you has a key that has your name etched onto it. It's like, these are the keys for the rooms you were given last night. They have each been locked. If you would like to add anything to them beforehand, or if you need to retrieve anything before you go, you may do so.
Go back.
He's like, otherwise, the only person that has access to the room is Hubert himself.
The Jelly Man?
Yes.
The Jelly Man.
Jolly man.
Yes, this is the Tungsten Museum compound. It is his property. We all live on his land, so he maintains that in case there is anything wrong.
Okay.
I just look at him and go, do you have serfs?
Which is slave people.
Yeah.
Not here, no.
Oh, that'd be surprising. Just look at it and go, how backwards is this place? Because it seems pretty backwards right now.
And it's also a crazy rich white man. It's like, I want to collect native people artifacts and put them in this building.
That's
So
all, that's all
everyone can
humans.
enjoy it.
That's just humans.
Yeah. There was a bit of pride in the. You might have detected that you're a little bit of a collection too.
Yeah.
So we get on the road again.
This is actually the first time you guys have been on the road together, so
Yeah.
next time you can get on the road again. This time you have to get on the road for the first time. You have to start that way.
No horses. Just...
Walking.
I feel like
Do you
sometimes...
bring that up to him? The teleportation or that? Do you bring either of those up?
how long was the journey?
Like 4 or 5 days.
It's estimated as a 4-day journey.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like, this, while in the future that is possible and something, this is actually part of what we're seeing that you can do.
It's a test run.
I'm not really supposed to tell you that, but just work with it.
We ran from a sword-toothed titan.
Yes.
I think you know that I have working legs.
I know what neither of them can do. And you all have to work together. That's the way the stones work.
Okay.
I will take that as a challenge. I start thinking of ways that I could possibly work. Like, what if we just cut off the arms? Obviously, I would never do that, but I'm thinking it. Because that's the way it works. That almost sounds like an accusatory challenge. Like, you couldn't do better. I think I could. Eventually.
So as we walk, I'll do some hunting and survival stuff to gather more fresh stuff and tell you the wonders of the world filled with killer robots shaped like animals of every shape and size.
So, what kind of pace
Just
do you
fun
take?
story time.
Well, we only made, sentient life and, artificial life in one form. And that didn't work out so well, but the numbers were small enough that they were never a threat.
Ours figured out how to make more. Like, we made one, and it figured out how to build another one of itself. And then it changed the design and built another thing. And that just sort of spread out.
Yeah, that's a bad plan.
We felt so afterwards, yeah.
Like,
It did not work out well.
We don't go handing the Warforged forges.
That could, yeah.
No, we don't do that. They don't have a lot of them. They kind of want friends. Let's not give them the ability to printing press more.
What kind of pace do you take?
Walking?
A fast one?
No.
Fast pace gives -5 penalty to perception scores. Normal pace is normal. Slow pace allows for stealth.
I'd say normal then. I'm in no hurry and I'm overlooking this world, not, in ruins.
Then we go normal.
If they go fast paced and I take an animal form, but they're fast paced and my normal pace is the same, can I go normal pace
Nope, doesn't change anything.
and not take a -5 to perception?
They're voting for normal pace anyways.
But then would he be allowed to take a slow pace and stealth at full speed?
Nope, because he's right there with you.
So I do learn during the travels, taking survival checks to learn about the flora and fauna.
Okay.
Nick has a backpack. You have a backpack?
Yeah.
You have a cat in your backpack.
Okay.
He's that cat.
I understand. I saw him turn into that cat, then climb up into my backpack.
Interestingly
in the
enough,
morning.
he could turn into a rat as well, which is much less weight, but he chooses a cat.
Rats are gross.
eventually, after hanging out with you a day, I'll take you on a little hunting survival skirt and see, a possum, and I'll just throw you at it. Get it!
No.
Just fly through the air, land, just look back at me like a cat. It's like, what you thinking? Yes, my Outlander allows me to gather food for us, though it also allowed me to learn more about the stuff.
I don't need food from you.
Okay.
That takes a spell slot. Goodberry.
It's a 0, and it's my cantrip. No, it doesn't.
What is?
Goodberry is a 0.
No, Goodberry is 1.
No,
there
it
are no
restores
zeros.
health.
really?
Nothing that restores health is a 0.
I still don't need fresh food.
You also have rations. You were just given them.
I don't need my other one is purify food. My other first level spell is purify food and drink, which I don't need because I eat good berries.
But you could eat literal garbage. That's the advantage of purify food and drink. Literal garbage. Because if it's edible, you can make it non-hazardous.
You said 1d4 plus 6.
Yeah. Not very good. That'll work for the day.
2.
1d6 plus 4 from normally. But that'll work for...
Okay, well, I have 8.
Yeah. It's like, that is always going to give you better than... But yeah, it's like...
Yeah, so every other day I'm down a slot.
Okay. They only last
24 hours.
So, one noonday meal and one noonday meal.
But yeah, at that pace, probably... Yeah, you learn a bit about what is around here.
And not a metal machine animal in sight?
No metal machine animals.
No one. Dr. Eggman has failed in his task.
It is a tropical dry sort of environment. So, not quite savanna-ish, but not like a rainforest kind of tropical, just a much more sparse
Okay.
kind of area.
Or this time you've probably seen my hand turn into a blaster and me just shoot stuff.
I thought you were running out of shots.
That's with my laser
No,
pistol.
he has a separate gun.
I've been sleeping in your bag.
Just want you to know that's cat hair all over it.
The laser pistol's on my person.
No, I'm just saying I don't see it. I've been sleeping in your bag.
Yeah. He's a cat. He's been sleeping like 16, 17 hours a day. Wakes up, eats a good berry, goes back to sleep.
Anyway, so yeah, probably the morning of the 4th day is you can see up ahead the city.
So this is the capital.
Yes.
How many patrols have we seen on this road?
Probably at least every other. You might have seen one for the first day and a half-ish before the road. Since getting onto the road and turning left after that, you probably, at least every 2 hours, you see a patrol of probably 3 or 4 people. 3 or 4 armed men on horseback.
Impressive. Not that backwards.
It's like, not so much on that first road, but no, once you get to the main road that this is off of, yeah. Would you have wanted to stop and talk to any of them?
No?
Okay. It's like, they would technically have been willing to do so.
Tell them that I could plan on committing regicide?
Yeah, they would probably be upset about that.
Probably.
Villainous scum! But otherwise, yeah, you get to the point, you can see the city up ahead. It is a walled city, but you know that the tavern, the Drunken Horse, is supposed to be on the outside near stables.
When the city comes inside, I pop my head out, make sure no one else is around. Jump out of the bag, turn to a person.
Okay.
You snuck in an assassin.
Hand you your pouch back. No, all your stuff shifts into you. Never mind.
Shifts into him.
Does
He
stuff
has a
rot?
lot more stuff than just a pouch that he's carrying.
Yeah,
He has a SWAT shield.
sure enough. Does stuff rot when it's in that space?
Like what?
Like, well,
Yes, in other words.
okay.
But yeah. At the normal rate.
Okay. So it's
Beer's
not,
fine, though.
What's in cans.
It's a little warm. Shooken up.
Well, it would be warm at this point.
Yeah.
Not necessarily shooken up.
Don't care.
Yeah, it's like...
It can be warm. It's a stout. That's why I chose stout.
Planning ahead.
Beer. But yeah. So yeah, you... Probably another... couple hours on the road before you actually get to it, but... To which, at this point, once you're in sight, you start noticing there are patrols of not moving guard, but just sort of stationary guard. On the road, and you can see out in some of the fields beyond that there seem to be like raised tower posts, like lookout posts.
I have the hood of my jacket up.
Okay.
It's like, for a place that doesn't have as much wars, they said there are a lot of guards here and lookout towers.
That's just how the medievals did it.
Okay.
Well, in my world's history. This place is super backward.
How was your experience with the culture shock?
Everything's booked more or less normal with me.
Okay then.
It's a little different, but not a lot.
The biggest change for you is you're not a dwarf.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm going to use you for information. I don't guess I wouldn't say culture, but...
I guess this all looks normal.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing unusual here.
So...
I've already experienced the weirdest stuff so far.
Mhm.
Is it me?
No. It was when I turned into a warforged.
From what?
A dwarf.
It's a dwarf.
Just a short dude?
I look at you. You're an elf. You should know.
Yeah, we don't have those. Those are just in the Tolkien verse.
Well, I'm more than happy to extol over the next couple, hour the virtues of dwarven society.
Man, you find out this dude loves dwarves.
From the stories, I gather they're short people with beards, and they like to mine and sing hi-ho, hi-ho.
No, that's my stories.
No, I talk about how dwarves run the world's banks and are some of the richest and most ingenuitive people on the planet. And it's clear that we deserve to self-govern. And the idea that we were ever under some human empire is ridiculous.
Yep, in all the books I've read about, dwarves are super independent. And they don't work for the humans. First of all, the humans don't have it. Well, they kind of do. No, but the dwarves work with the men of Dale to produce toys and weapons and armor. The dwarves stay in their mountain, the Dale run it for them.
I do bring that up. All real dwarves live in mountains. Dirty, dirty hill dwarves.
That's... Well, they lived in the mountain until they got chased out by a dragon.
That's a poorly defended mountain.
You know, I always thought that too.
As we reach the city, I've been informed these rocks and us, as long as we're close together, allows us to speak anyone else's language, right?
You do not hear a language that you do not understand.
I speak Tolkien's Elvish.
It's a fully formed language.
Yeah, no. The point being, that you would actually be able to speak without them understanding. You can speak your own language, even if you put deliberate... Alright, most likely it would come out normal. If you're putting deliberate effort into speaking that, you can't do it with the fluency with which you could. Just like you can't technically speak you can't speak English with the fluency that you did, and have it come out where they don't understand it. But if you pause and you say it with a very deliberate action, you can speak in your language, which obviously you understand, but at a point where they don't.
if you over-enunciate and speak louder like we're stupid, we lose the understanding.
It's like, yeah, if you focus on, no, don't let this translate me, then it will... Then you can get it to come through in the actual language instead of the translated language.
I practice that super hard. So I can do it without having stilted speech.
That's only real relevant if you teach them. Otherwise,
it's acting stupid's always relevant. I can play dumb if I don't speak the language. You get away with so much more.
You do.
Some places.
Most places.
No, I just know the one that arrests you, but...
Does that apply to written word?
What?
I mean, I'm writing in Dwarvish, right?
If you focus on Dwarvish, it looks like Dwarvish to you.
But if I read
you
over
read
his
this?
shoulder... Yeah.
I just show them with them. Can you read this?
Let's see... Make an intelligence check.
1.
4.
4? Yeah, you can read it.
Yeah, okay.
It is not easy to read.
But I'm just
It
guessing
is
that's
probably
because it's this shorthand.
when both of you arrived, you had you could understand the person that had arrived with you, and they had a bit of a their voice was coming off in more of an accent. It was harder to understand. It's almost like the writing is doing that same thing. It's pulling between the two worlds, and so if you take time, it is in a language you can understand, but it is not readily just something you could just pick up and. Almost like the weird things, like if you see like the like they make some fonts that are supposed to look like Asian characters.
And flip to a page that's written in giant. Can you read this?
No, as in something that you'd written before you came.
Yeah.
Not at all. They cannot read it.
Well, I read the spell book in giant. Giants can't do spells, and nobody else speaks giant.
What a jerk!
Hey, it's my spell book.
I thought all the magic spellbooks were written in the magic.
Nope, they're written in languages, but
Yeah.
they are also like encoded.
They
with
utilize
magic.
magic bits
They're
in
encoded
that.
with magic,
Ah.
which is why you have to decipher somebody else's spell book,
Hmm.
or you used to. I don't know if the edition still makes you do that.
Probably not.
I know there is time that it takes.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're specific as to the reason it's taking that long at this point, but it is still takes time to do. So, sort of.
So, we get to town.
Is there some dirt on the ground?
Yes, there is dirt on the ground. Yeah,
Like loose dirt?
like off
Like
the side.
I could draw in?
You can kick spare dirt off from the side of the road onto the the stoned part. The stone part.
So this is actually paved road and not just hard-packed dirt?
Yes, you've seen various hard packed dirt roads off. And
I just need a little bit of dirt.
But yeah.
I bring them over and I make like I write like dog and giant.
okay,
Can you read that?
make an intelligence check.
6. No, 7.
7. Yes, you can read that.
Just want to fix that.
I walk over and write dog in English.
17 plus.
20.
His you cannot understand.
So it's
As you guys have stopped in the road to figure out language.
this is important. We need to know if we'll be able to
You're
read
just
signs.
outside the
One of the
sign.
peasants looks over and goes, witches. Drawing arcane markings in the ground.
I don't know.
To be fair, even still, most likely the way that things are working with your writing, the other people around here would not be able to read it. It's like maybe a small subset. Because it might be translating it into, your Dwarven into the Dwarven of this world if you're not quite good enough.
Nice. So, going to town, it's like,
I continue practicing speaking without stuttering.
I figure
Go to the
the
stables. We're not supposed to go in sound.
Yeah.
Looking for a tavern
Yeah.
where they serve horses beer.
Do you point out that is unusual?
That is unusual.
Well, as Bob will point out, it's because the men get all the whiskey.
Yes. Beer for the horses.
Whiskey for the men.
Why would I point that out?
Because you're the only one from a modern setting where that song would exist.
He's a Tolkien nerd. He doesn't know those songs.
Hey, to be fair, I know that song.
I know that song now that
You
I've
don't
thought
speak
about
Tolkien Elvish.
Yeah, So? It's not like I've never tried.
You're just not as committed as you should be.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're your animals in case
my
it's
little
relevant.
weed bag of animals.
There are two options for dog. One is more of a normal dog, one is a jackal. And there are two options for cat. One looks more like a wild cat, and the other one is a normal cat, but it's technically supposed to be another monster. The cat is just the lure, but it's on top of the tree stump there. So I was like, that'll give you some options to work with.
So, once we find the stable, do we easily find the drunken horse?
Yeah, there's a sign out front which you can read, and it is just on the main road into town, and it's between a couple of the larger stables.
Well, it actually has words. I wonder what the literacy rate here is.
Almost 100%. Probably. I don't know. I feel like maybe this universe doesn't have illiteracy.
Of course it does. There are plenty of people that can't read. And even more common is people that read in the... I understand these words because they're relevant to me specifically, but I couldn't read, like, a book. Player characters are not illiterate. You're the best of the best. The best.
Not only are you not...
One.
Yeah, not only are you not illiterate, almost all PCs are multilingual.
You are... As player characters, you are great. You are...
Mediocre.
What do you mean?
+2s.
Well,
Which is much better than most people.
yeah, remember,
Doesn't
peasants have
feel
zeros.
Doesn't feel
Yeah, you find
better.
Go in,
Is there
Doors
a person
locked.
outside?
No.
rap on the door, say, we are here from the museum to help with your problem.
Humperdinck.
Yeah,
Tungsten.
Tungsten Museum.
Count Hubert Tungsten the Second.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, there were two people in his family named Hubert.
Yes.
Wouldn't that just make him Junior?
No.
He is
It's
the second.
It skipped a generation. You're only your father was Hubert. It was Hubert, then Jack, then Hubert again for Hubert the Second.
Looked at his son, saw him prancing about, and goes, "Yep, that's a Hubert."
Also, the fact that he went at least like 5 years without a name. Let him grow into his name. Ah, look at him prance, boy. Yeah, you're Hubert.
Let you earn that name.
You can do perception, investigation,
Lockpicking?
if you want.
I'll do perception.
It's like, theoretically, you do the other first, but...
That's a 16 plus. I'm guessing you have pretty good perception.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah, the place kind of looks like... I mean, it's locked up, but it looks like maybe, like as if it's been locked up for days at least.
Is there a random passerby?
There are people in the street, yeah.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Where's the owner of this establishment?
I don't know. Have you checked inside?
Door's locked.
I don't know.
Is there not a pub?
Yeah, there's plenty.
I start going around the building, checking the windows. I know how to raid, old dilapidated buildings.
Windows appear to have curtains drawn down over them. The back door is also locked.
Is there a top? Is it a two-story?
Yes, it is.
Windows open up top?
No. Closed with curtains.
Doggy door?
No doggy door.
Horse door.
Chimney.
Smoke coming out of it?
No.
Alright, be right back. I'll walk around the back of the building. Is there anyone there who can see me?
You can find a area around the building where there is not.
Alright. Up and into the chimney and down the chimney and out.
It's on fire!
It is not on fire. This, as I said before, the tiles are a loose representation. But you end up back behind. I will point out there is another door here that leads underneath the stairs. And there is probably more furniture than is directly represented by what I'm putting down. Loose representation, giving the general idea of the place.
To represent barred doors.
Turn back into human.
No, stay as a cat.
You can. You want to switch it out?
It's a rat's natural enemy. They will fear him.
Well, one that
Actually,
like 3
I'll
times
turn into
its
a
size.
beagle.
Okay. Do you turn to a person to let them in?
Turn to a beagle.
Actually, probably before that, before you quite get to let them in, you're going to notice something else. Unless you're completely unobservant.
Are they okay?
Because there are dead bodies in this room.
Okay. Guess I do need to turn back into a person.
It's like, wait a minute, you would probably notice that.
Alright, I go over to the lady.
Okay. Do you let them in?
Is she dead?
Yes, she is dead. She has had her throat slit.
That's not good. Go and let them in.
You walk in to find he's already taken everyone out. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll let you look around as you see.
Alright, I go over to the fancy book reading lady.
Are those stairs up or down?
These stairs are up. There's a door behind them, theoretically, where they would lead down.
Yep. Just sit here.
But yeah, it looks like.
Go around, do some investigation. For 9.
Well, people have been stabbed or cut, so.
I'm also going to do some investigating.
I don't believe that is how rats would kill people.
Or 18.
Much better.
We find out the giant rats is actually the slang name for a gang.
I'm guessing you shut the door behind yourselves.
Why? Why seal our exit?
It's not sealed and there's corpses everywhere. It
Are
seems
you,
like
trying
logical.
to trap us in here?
You're able to lift to unlock from the inside.
So yeah, shut the door.
The keys are probably just, sitting on the counter that they could be locked with. But it's just that idea of you even open door for someone to say, oh, the tavern's back open. Murderers! Murderers!
Well, that's more interesting.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a cat. Then I'll just be this cat that keeps hanging around the prison for some reason.
You probably, in addition to find that, if anyone looks upstairs, you find the 5th dead body in one of the 3 bedrooms that are upstairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going ahead searching the bodies for money.
You find none. You also, by
Gloves.
find that that sort of at the end of like the bar across the wall, there's sort of like it looks like there was a notice board with things pinned to it that was torn down to reveal what is like a strong box behind it, which has been forced open and emptied, leaving whatever things scattered on the floor from that. And
Start taking notes of everyone's appearance, like facial features, any noticeable scars besides the killing ones, to give back to Tungsten.
okay,
So that if one of these was the person you sent us to go find, let them know it's dead.
I pull out one of my one of my sack of burners.
Mm-hmm.
Take pictures of the faces. Doesn't require service.
I know. I'm just thinking about how long you have with those, even off batteries. You probably have about a month until they're all just dead forever. It's like as long as you're keeping them off, it's like you can keep your that bit of technology for a little bit.
I count how many phones I have.
So many.
It's like point being, it's more time related. You have maybe a month, and you're by the time you get back, you'll be a week into it.
You didn't bring you had to bring one of those crank chargers. Charge them with just like pressing a little thing.
Nope.
Would you have been super mad if you had tried and just said nope?
Yeah, probably would have said no.
No, you cannot bring a thing that lets you charge them while somewhere
no.
you're not supposed to.
The idea is that you guys are supposed to, over time, adjust to this world, not forever in the campaign keep held tight to the world that you left and will never return
We
to.
just show up with smartphones and laptops.
After checking all these, go around to the stairs,
Okay.
the downstairs. Open that.
Do you take the key?
Yeah.
And did you look at any of the notes that were spewed out from the notice board?
Oh.
I checked their supplies.
A lot of it is food-related stuff, and yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like just bits and bobs.
Yeah.
I light the fireplace.
Okay.
Oh, I just look for something that can be set on fire,
Okay.
and I set that on fire.
All right.
Well, I'm guessing there's no light in here.
Why are you catching the fireplace on fire?
It's like if you need light, I can turn on light and make
No,
some
not
light.
like that. I'm having like a stick or something. I can.
You don't have dark vision.
No.
Okay, I pull out a chem stick for you. Pop, pop, pop. Toss it to you. I don't want smoke going out and alerting people here.
The what now?
Well, no. The point is, I throw it down the stairs.
Which one are you saying what now about?
Throw 3 copper pieces in the southern well.
Oh, the hand. Yes.
I want any of those.
Menu. That's useless.
This is a...
Bounty notice.
Yeah.
What fancy script.
Mm-hmm. Though it does...
I take this one and tuck it into mine.
What was that?
Oh. Seeking 1 to investigate suspicious necromantic activity.
Oh, bonus.
Gravity, you fickle bitch.
I don't know if I got that one.
No.
I put the time into them. I want to share them with the audience too. If anyone wants to pause and read them, that way they could. It is how I'm telling you guys bits about the world.
Well,
Might as well tell them too.
obviously, there's some animals here that are so, like old-style wolves that you can just kill off and they'll pay you to rid the land of them.
Yeah, that one technically might be relevant to being as well.
So there's a downstairs?
Yeah, yes there is. That door is locked.
You got the key off the front door and lock it.
But yes, keep up one, probably not relevant. Did any of you even care to read what was on the menu?
No.
I glanced over it.
I didn't look
I
at
saw
it.
it was the menu and went, that's nice, and threw it away.
I didn't look at any of them. I don't care.
Okay, yeah, I saved these 2 pieces of information.
The less information about this world, the better. Like, I'm interested in how they do alchemy, metalworking, magic items. The rest of it.
So you're going to be the last one of us to completely integrate. It's like, nope, I still plan on going home.
Well, yeah, of course I do. And I'm pretty sure I can do that just like cutting off my arm.
It's like, I know there's one more of them.
Is there?
It's... Hopefully. It's like, I feel like I've missed one.
Is it the most important one?
Yeah, it introduces
Yes.
a variety of things.
You have to print that one out.
No, I know I did.
We'll be back in a Jingleheimer Jiffy.
They have a still.
And he has 2.
He has 2. Never mind, it's on the bounty one. It's the stuff like at the bottom of that one. I forgot. I multi-purposed that one.
The Eagle Eye people.
Eagle Eye introduces Eagle Eye King, multiple of nations. It's like that's kind of one that gives you information.
So we throw a Kim stick down the stairs.
Why? Just
Anyways, yeah, you open the door at the stairs, and
none of you have dark vision.
I used to.
Nope, I have a flashlight forehead.
and there's like bolted to the bottom of the inside of the door is like a metal plate, like probably halfway up the door. Some scratch marks on it, probably.
Well, the door we just opened?
Yeah, that leads down to the basement.
So the giant rats can't scratch the way through the wood. They bolted metal onto it.
That is such a terrible stopgap. Just so terrible. This place obviously has access to lots of guards. How did this not get solved way earlier? Why are there thieves that can just walk into a tavern and kill 5 people? I was impressed with the guard patrols. I'm now disappointed. I'm now disappointed.
Go on down the stairs.
You have failed my expectations.
Yeah,
I sit here at the top of the stairs with my ranged weapon.
I turn into a hound and listen.
Wouldn't that want to be smell?
Yeah, use your scent ability.
Okay, I'll do that too.
Smells like dead people.
Let's try that again. Better. That's why I'm rolling your freaking dice.
Hey man, that was an 11.
Okay.
All you got was a +2. You're steady +2. Each time you roll, you get 2 points higher.
Generally leads down into a small room.
I got 21 on my little sense things.
Dead rat down there.
Just a bunch of dead rats.
Are they dead?
Yeah, they're dead.
Mission accomplished.
Alright, let's go. We can go home now.
Yeah, we won.
Do we tell the local guards?
Well, we can't just call them and leave, which is my usual modus operandi. You can leave the door open.
Yep.
Anyways,
I don't feel like filling out paperwork.
yeah, there are 6 giant rat corpses that have been also sliced, and a small tunnel that's dug out into the side of one of the walls. Otherwise, there is nothing being stored down here.
I pull out my baton and my shield.
Okay.
And I walk down.
Yeah, you find down there. Yeah, there's the.
I will look into the tunnel.
It looks like what was set up, like what was maybe a rat's nest at one point, but all of the rats are dead now. And I'll let you do a perception.
18.
18? You also see that it looks like something had dug into, like, the, because most of these are lined with wood, with metal along the bottom of it, except that area, and that's soft
Earth.
earth that's in that little dugout area, and it looks like a spot of it had recently been maybe tunneled through and then been collapsed. Because it's very loose, and you can almost see bits of braces that are on the back side of it into that little.
After not hearing combat, I'll go downstairs.
I don't know.
After not hearing the sound of fighting, I'll go downstairs.
Okay. And also, I would like to remind you: doesn't your thing flashlight?
Yeah. I already broke a handstick, though.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's like, why are you?
It's because we wanted to throw it to light up the room.
Okay.
I was fine.
I take a kill stick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just put that in my bag.
We're still using it for light.
Oh, right. Well, we can leave it out then. It's eventually going to wear out and it goes in the bag.
Yeah, so what do you...
Picture.
Okay.
Reach in, move some of the soft earth.
You can kind of see, if you move a bit, there's, there have been some braces that have been put up and almost tried to be collapsed, close the tunnel.
So it's not collapsed?
It is, but it's still evident where it is.
So it doesn't look like rats made this, but someone had braced it beforehand?
Mm-hmm.
Start excavating.
Yeah. It's like, people may have done this. Start moving.
Do any of you actually have tools to dig, or do you just have hands?
I got paws.
I have mold earth, which lets me move
How
soft earth.
How much can you do?
5 foot cube every turn. I get to excavate it and move it.
And it's cantrip?
Yep.
Okay, so instead of what it was supposed to be,
I can just start.
it takes you maybe 3 minutes. That was a couple hours, you just say?
Just
As you just sort of...
just making earth move away by waking my hands at it.
Wow.
I bet the thieves that we're about to come upon totally didn't expect us coming this fast.
Wow. To be fair, this fast is a silly term. It's been a couple days.
Oh, okay.
It's like they were, they haven't been here.
They kind of thought there'd be more noise, though.
But yes, I'm an earthbender. Obviously.
And a firebender.
Yes. Obviously. As a wizard, I'm a better bender than I ever was as a monk.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be the case, yes.
Now, would you have been sad if we just said, well, we took pictures and just left?
A little bit, but I was certainly anticipating that possibility.
Okay.
That did not seem...
I'm not adverse to adventure. I'm just adverse to adventure that's hard to get to.
This is an awful far away adventure. I'm looking for something a bit closer.
But yeah, after a few minutes, it breaks out into a sewer.
I'm impressed they have sewers.
Sewers are pretty common. I mean, Rome had those.
Yeah, but usually when you think D&D stuff, you think medieval and all the suck of just throwing night
What, do you
soil
think
on it.
Rome was after the medieval
No,
period?
it was before, but the medieval was the bad part.
Okay. And they don't... I mean, you probably have ideas for sewers that these look very primitive from.
I look around.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see anything?
I mean, there are...
Dark vision.
Yeah, there are things, but not like people things. What do you...
Alright. I turn to a cat.
Okay.
And which way did the people go?
Do you cat or do you dog?
Dog has scent ability.
Yeah,
Or does-
cat has that too.
Oh, okay.
Dogs have keen ears.
And yeah, they get both.
19.
Hey!
You're gonna go with that 19,
I'm
aren't
gonna
you?
go with that 19.
That's no double 20, but
25.
25. They went right.
I look at you, meow, and go right, and I'm gonna stealth. I'm gonna go ahead and stealth.
Okay. Walking along the sledge behind you with a light source.
Get away! I outpace them quickly.
Does the cat have dark vision?
No. Or unless it does.
I'd imagine so. It's a cat.
You don't have to necessarily assume a strict progression of space, but after some space... oh, wait. That's further along. Anyway, several of those... Whatever.
I didn't think about that. I guess I do lose dark vision when I turn into a cat. The rats have dark vision? Nope. Nothing has dark vision.
Not many mammals do.
We've talked about like half the player races do.
True.
Until it forks again.
Alright, I'm gonna sneak.
Gonna try to descent.
What?
There's another fork in the road.
Yeah, I know. Give me a second. Gonna sneak, and then when I get to the corner, I turn into a human. Look down one way, look down the other.
Yeah, I mean, it's Suri.
So, there's nothing that way, nothing that way?
I mean, yeah, nothing necessarily you see. You see some bars, probably one way.
Alright, turn back into a cat and scent.
Okay.
So 15 or a 15. I'll take the 15.
Okay.
So that's
You're still able to
21.
follow it. And it carries on for a bit of distance. You pass a ladder.
I
You probably
sniff
see
the ladder.
some lights above what?
Sniff the ladder.
Okay. Does not appear that the...
What smells like is up there? 20. So 26.
It looks like it probably goes up into the city, the town, where it itself.
Alright.
And now I realize you could invade the city from the sewers.
Fuck ups.
It goes right underneath the wall.
Do you go up and check?
No.
Then you don't know where it goes.
Continue forward.
This is terrible. This is very insecure. The Rote Revolution will have no trouble here.
You have no idea where it's going.
Leads directly into a death trap. All the ladders are death traps.
And shortly before, an end wall in an area you'd have to get into it, you do find what is a passage off to the side that looks like it has not collapsed braces that go up and to a little ladder. The scent leads that way.
Okay, I go there, and then I climb up the ladder as a kitty cat now.
Cats are famed for their ability to traverse ladders.
Are they?
I have a climb speed.
Okay, yeah, I don't think it meant for ladders, but whatever.
Climb up the wall, I don't know.
It's like, yeah, you can manage to make it up. Whether you're climbing the ladder or not is to be determined, but...
I think we've been here before.
Yeah, we've definitely been here before.
Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't know if I've used this one or not.
I don't think it was filmed.
Well, no.
Well, no. I've
Yeah, this
definitely
was the tooth collector one.
But you find yourself up, sort of...
Yeah, this is the one with the magic illusion goblin. And the dragon.
I run games a lot. I don't remember all of them.
I
It's the
remember that
where,
one
It was the
because
one where I was collecting teeth.
it's because I threw super acid evil goo at an illusion and it didn't work. Because it was an illusion and not an actual person.
Yeah, and you destroyed my sword with super acid evil goo.
I'm not remembering any of this, but
And
whatever.
It was from like an evil goddess's shrine that teleported everything to a realm, and it was terrible, and everyone hated me for weaponizing it because it was.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that. I remember that.
Blasphemy.
Oh, that was the one that was in the world that Mission of Good was in. It was the other game, like the not filmed game that I ran of that.
The one
Got it.
down south.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. Okay, I remember now. Yeah.
I was like, I recognize this place.
Anyways, yeah, you find yourself up, coming up under a desk in a small room. You hear some people talking.
Well, I'm not first. I think the cat is.
Yes, the cat's first.
Okay.
I
Talking, a bit of laughing.
Stealth check.
I understand what they're saying. Perception check. That's a 5. I don't like that roll. Let's try that again. That's better. 16.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you understand them. They're joking a bit, counting money, talking about what they're doing.
Alright, stealth check. Ooh.
Remember, cat stats.
And also, they're less likely to just instantly kill a cat. Oh, it's a cat!
Yeah, but I still get my
Delicious.
proficiency bonus.
Yeah, so the
Delicious.
proficiency bonus, but cat stats.
Yeah, my cat's stealth's better than my...
That's what I'm saying. Your cat stat is probably better.
12.
You're not too obnoxious, but you're not too stealthy either.
Walk over, just meow.
Oh, it's a dragon.
But yeah, you can
Great hat.
you can walk around the corner and see that there's a few guys in the room. One of them sitting at a table and pretty much, going through, setting some things aside, but coins he's splitting into 3 piles.
Okay, so I go back to this room.
Nope, this is where you came from.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's a wall.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I said no.
Alright, so I go back into this room.
Yeah.
And then I turn into a person
Okay.
and wave them up.
Do you wave them up with a
Yeah.
Just clang, 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 clang.
10 on my stealth check.
I'm still going to give a talking to. Well, not going to give an armor because we wouldn't need it. You don't wear armor because you need it. You wear armor because something might happen and you need it. It's a precaution.
So I'm
I'm
guessing
going to
you're in
complain
the
about
back.
that.
Do you make a stealth check?
I probably shouldn't.
You
But-
have 15.
They will automatically see you if you do not make one.
I made a 6.
With a 6, they only might see you. They did not roll well. Or hear you, I guess.
They're talking.
So I'm not very sneaky.
You're the same amount of sneaky as me, man.
They're not very perceptive.
If only I had 2s in all my stats.
That
Then I
means
could
knock you
go
over to
class
death.
switching.
Yeah.
So sit there, listen, see if they say directly implicate themselves for the murder of 5 people.
Oh, come on, moral high ground.
Like, I say we just kill them.
They do not, but you do hear them talking about possibilities for other targets.
Other targets in murder?
Other places that they think have decent, strong boxes where they're storing too much gold in their own home for their own good.
Kill them.
I concur. People who steal from savings accounts are terrible people.
Okay, so,
Lockboxes are sacred. I mean, granted, they should have put the money in a bank, like a safe one.
yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and... Is this guy, like, right here, and I'm, like, right here?
There's that wall.
Yeah, there's a wall in between.
Alright, so...
You'd have to get
Doot,
to there.
Doot, and then Tormmik.
Okay.
I stand where I am. I have a crossbow.
Okay.
Melee spell.
That's it. I think you missed.
Shut up.
Not 100%.
9.
Miss.
Well,
Just a joke. JK, guys. JK.
Move up to here. I'll cast my armor and wait. Turn my hand into the blaster and have a dagger in the other hand.
yep. Shield, baton.
Not shield Tormmik?
Thornwhip's an instantaneous
Oh.
spell.
You know anything?
If a guy comes around the corner, I shoot him.
Well, you're staying way back there.
Remember, he has no offensive spells or combat capabilities. He
I have
has a
a crossbow.
crossbow.
This is not a new thing for Vic.
I have a crossbow. He comes around the corner, I shoot him with the crossbow.
So you are greeted with a what the hell?
As somebody just comes out and slashes the guy's pillow in half.
You're like right next to him, right?
Yeah, I'm right on the.
No, he is, right?
No, he moved back.
Walk forward, cast spell, walk back.
I mean, the ground is a little bumpy where we are.
Okay, so
kind of
you
uneven.
moved out of his area?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, his what the hell would have greeted you with a punch.
He had a prepared action?
You
That's
left
not a
his
prepared
attack
action, that's a reaction. To be fair, he doesn't have his weapon in hand, so all he can do is punch you, which is, I believe, 1 damage.
Yes.
But he probably hits with 17?
Yep, I won.
Yeah. So you take A damage.
Good.
See,
And he socks you in the face.
I didn't realize that was in his attack space. I wouldn't have gone there if I had known. I would have gone here and attacked that guy. Oh well.
but to which probably at this point you've moved back a bit.
Just want to point out that the squares in this are kind of not that visible.
It's sort of with the idea of they're trying to blend it so it's. I mean, you can always show them with the camera. That camera's sitting right there if you ever want to show the audience something.
I'm good, I can see it.
I did some camera work earlier.
You can blame them.
And lack of funds to have a mounted overhead camera. If you want to go and just donate us tons of money for that, that would be cool.
Or you could credit Bob with being such a nice guy.
Trying to make that work.
I hate this freaking thing sometimes. There we go.
Now, did you actually push the record button?
Yeah. I record all the fumbling so everyone gets to enjoy how bad I am at being a cameraman.
If it's not that bad, I don't put it in. Because if it's dizzying to watch, I figure.
That's a wall, isn't it? Oh, no,
That's a door.
Cowards.
Okay.
Well, it is a little weird. For all they know, it's just one guy.
He's scooping money into a bag. He's pretty much got it, but that takes up his turn.
Oh. So, initiatives or just keep free flowing?
You're cool. It's you then them.
Stab.
Credit.
Just right in the throat.
So that's just double die?
Yeah.
Eight damage.
Okay.
I can survive that. One health.
Alright. Yeah, alright, okay. There too.
Remember, you can move through range. You just can't leave.
Thorn whip. Miss.
Okay. Anything?
I'm guessing 12 doesn't hit him.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay.
Ah, you little bugger.
5 damage.
To that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he falls on the ground.
Alright.
That's Barker.
Oh, and his body's pulled this way, by the way.
Is he dead?
Unconscious, technically.
He's dead.
Just boom.
I'm participating.
As I look over there, true neutral.
I'm a man of opportunity.
Is that their turn?
Yeah.
Well, don't.
Didn't he move out of my space?
No. There's a door in the way.
Oh, they closed it behind them?
It swings shut. You can just push it open, but you step out. You see them sort of, looking.
Whip.
Okay, so you do not instantly get back in the door. Then first,
They were looking up.
does 13 hit?
No.
Okay, the one of them with the crossbow was.
It bounces off my transparent shield.
Magic shield.
Is it Thorn with camper?
Yes.
Nifty.
It's a D6 and a drag.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can continue now.
Alright.
Only one of them was prepared.
Fancy dude.
I don't know which one that is. They're both so fancy.
Him.
The one that's not the dwarf? Okay.
Yeah. 19, that hit him.
Because one of them is a dwarf.
Okay, he takes 2 damage.
Yeah, but I
and,
can't steal his body, so...
2 damage. I don't know if he gets a chance to resist. If the creature's largest fall, you pull him 10 feet closer to you. Come here. I think that's 10 feet.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
next to.
I think it's right up there.
Step. Dagger. Five damage.
Okay. You anything?
Oh, was this the guy that was gathering money
Yes.
on the ground? Does he have a bag of money?
Yes, and a lot more money that's skewed across the floor.
Well, in case we have to leave, I take that bag of money, put it in my bag. Guess I'll move like here.
Technically, line of sight on guy.
Oh no, I'm just using that as cover.
Yeah.
I don't want to be too close to the guys with weapons.
Can you shoot the guy?
No, I grabbed money. It was more important. Also, I don't want to try and make that shot.
Through both of us and a doorway. And
He's pretty much damn.
Damn, fucking guy. He's like, you dick!
Okay.
and this guy?
This guy
Curses his friend for leaving him.
I'm guessing 7 doesn't hit, but you're pretty much able just to knock his crossbow out of the way as he tries to fire at you.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of crossbow this guy got?
Heavy.
Can't wield that. It's like a spec upgrade. Can't use it. Don't know how.
Bolts are the same.
Yeah, but hey, I'm a bigger person now. Is that like? Does that translate? Do I get a free heavy proficiency since I'm bigger now?
No. But we're on to you guys.
You shall turn yourself in.
Nick, you shoot him?
You're right next to him.
I know, but if he shoots him, I can chase the other dude down.
Yeah. Just get him out of your way.
Yeah.
And go for a non-lethal stab.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, remember, you deal damage, and if you drop them, you can choose it to be non-lethal.
Okay. 16 or 20 to hit.
Yeah.
And if you do enough damage to drop them, you can decide it doesn't
8.
kill.
Yeah, that drops him.
Yeah, drop him.
Alright, so.
You decide it doesn't
1,
kill.
2, 3,
Anyways, you-
4,
That
5,
guy's-
Killed this guy.
Yeah, that guy's definitely dead.
5.
Did this
Okay.
one you alive?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do I see the door?
Let's see.
Because he can't run and turn, so he has to be within 30 feet of where he was.
Unless
Why
you-
can't he run and...
You can't turn when you're running.
Yeah, you can.
What do you mean?
You double move.
That's not running.
Yeah, so you double... So he moves... point being, that puts him moving 60 feet.
I thought dwarves move 20.
Nope.
Oh.
They got full movement.
So do I see him?
No.
Well, he definitely moved that way.
5, 6, 7. Still don't see him?
No.
1, 2... Do I see him?
Hold on, you might... You're getting pretty close.
What?
Not quite, no.
3.
I'm going to give you a free perception check, because you don't see him, but...
16.
16. From the reaction of people, someone has just ran by through here. So one of those ways.
4, 5, 6.
And at this point, you can still see him. He's running this way.
7.
And that puts him right...
Because I have a 35-foot movement speed.
Just a little bit faster than you.
Alright, so that was that.
Make sure this...
Both of you... what do you do? I think you still have...
Start gathering up gold as the dwarven money monger he is.
Huh? Yeah, we start collecting their things.
Okay.
I make sure this one doesn't bleed out and start tying them up.
Okay.
Just look at the guy on the ground. Look at my crossbow. Think about it. But nah, he wants to take a prisoner. He can.
How far was that? Was that 6 spaces?
No.
20 feet.
Yeah. It's like here.
Yeah, he just moved and dropped down
1,
there.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I see him?
No.
7.
Anyways. Do either of you try and go for the pursuit?
No, I have no idea where they went.
No.
You know,
You are distinctly faster than him. So at some point, he makes some runs back through the sewers. By the way, that is actually where that thing lifts up. You are currently outside the walls of the city.
so we never got into the city.
Yeah, you are outside of the city technically.
I need to be within 30 feet of him to whip him, of course.
Okay. Yeah, you can get whatever.
You'll eventually hit that range.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
2d6s.
1. 3!
And move 10 feet closer to you.
You can't escape me.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out if he figures that out though, because the way he acts is different. 'Cause as long as he thinks he can, that's just all he's going to try and do. Once he accepts that he can't, obviously he would turn to attack.
Or beg for his life. Never underestimate
Yeah.
a coward's mettle.
That's
You
a
just
good
get down there and beg. It's really hard to kill a man who's begging for his life.
If he's like bobbing and weaving, maybe.
Yeah.
We're all evil. All evil. Party full of evil people.
And that's actually what he's going to do is... Please, man, please! I'm sorry, work someone out,
I got kids!
He drops to the knees, and he drops his club.
It's a bomb.
I just look
It's
at him.
dropping at his feet now.
He's attempting to kill you.
Tell me, did the bard make beg too? Whip. Nine.
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
15?
Yeah, 15. Nope. 14.
Oh.
I know this.
You hit with 12, don't.
Hey.
1 damage.
11 is the ace. Anyway.
Come here.
Ha.
He's now nowhere near his club.
Well, he's not 10 feet away from his club.
And he's
Kind of near.
Which is
He's secretly a monk. He just beats the crap out of you.
no. Well, the more important thing, he's within metal baton range and non-lethal if Bob so chooses it, or just to drown a body in a man in poo. Just did she beg? Also, what are these people eating? That turns their stuff neon green.
That is simply the way that it is artistically portrayed because it's gross to put poo in the sewer. Green water is fine.
And brown is a trail. You don't want people walking in the brown trail.
It's like, oh, look, there's a road down here.
More like a river.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just making a living.
So is she. Baton. Yeah. Aww. Poor buddy.
Breaking my stuff.
9 damage.
I'm pretty sure it's okay. It's one of those things
Yeah.
are tanky.
He falls.
Is it non-lethal damage?
No.
You weren't a good vigilante back home, were you?
I have very little pity
Wait,
for
hey man,
mass
he
murderers.
was an excellent vigilante.
I have very little pity for mass murderers.
It was 5 people. I don't know if it's really mass.
Pretty sure it is.
There's a number where it hits mass.
I don't know if 5 is that number.
Okay.
And I take money. Gold.
He's got any. It's like, the vigilante.
hacked.
He's not a vigilante, he's a thief. He just beats up criminals and takes their stuff.
To be fair, when in his session, when he was being vigilante, he was looking for loot, because that's what pays.
Yeah, I don't get a paycheck from the government for beating people up. That's the cop's job.
Yeah.
So we
Okay, so,
hire Amanda. Way back.
yeah, I go back. Oh! I go back to the desk.
Okay.
Because it's just easier to get back there and try to...
Which is not anywhere on this page. Anywhere on this page. Alright, and then... Oh, bullets.
So we have our man tied up. It's like, yeah, do we bring them to the constable?
Then we have to explain how we beat up and tied up this dude. I really would rather not be involved. Can't we just kill him? I say right in front of him.
Well, he's unconscious, so...
I can feed him a berry.
I'm not familiar with the law in this region.
Me either.
You have a little bit of information on it on one of those handouts I gave you.
It's not on this one.
It's on the bounty hunter one.
Does not say anything about thieves.
I bet if we go there, they'll give us something for thieves.
Okay, but whatever.
Yeah, it does give generic information on there, so.
It's like... Yeah. I say we go to them and turn them in as thieves.
But what about the money we recovered?
What money?
What money indeed? Okay,
I just look at you. What money?
okay. We're gonna drag the guy.
The money that proves that they're thieves.
We can prove the murders.
Yeah, we can prove the murderers with the trail from their house to the murder scene.
Also, we said so.
And they probably
And that's
have
pretty
prior-
damning evidence in this time.
And I can be very convincing.
Also, we're here on the orders of the count.
Yeah.
Bless you.
I am not so good at that. I'm trained in persuasion. Not great at it.
I'm trained deception. Can I lie about it? This guy did nothing wrong. You're clearly lying. I know, right? So arrest him.
Yes, bad deception is the same as a persuasion.
Accidentally roll a 20. Oh, okay.
Nothing wrong. Why did you ever kidnap him? Damn it.
So what do you do?
Bringing these gentlemen in to the... Or at least this one, and we'll tell them about the other. Well, given that...
How many?
No,
bolts
I don't
did-
think cutting off one of
How
their
many bolts
ears
do
is
they
going to be
have?
approved.
What?
How many bolts did they have?
Crossbow bolts.
They had bolts.
He had 9.
Is the one I fired okay?
No.
It's 50% recovery rounded down. You can always get one back.
Rounded down. You can only get one back if you fire two.
I didn't.
know.
I gave him more, so I didn't feel the need to let him get his.
But that one's got a confirmed kill. Makes it better than the other bolts.
So just shoulder this guy and go find a patrol and ask where the Eagle Eyes are. I believe is the where you turn in bounties.
Mm-hmm.
Eagle's Eye.
Eagle's Eye.
Yeah,
That was
Eagle
a terrible
Eyes.
movie.
Oh. That was a movie.
Shia LaBeouf.
I like Boof. People give him a lot
But
of
that
crap,
movie
but
was terrible.
Yeah. Because that's how internet do.
That movie was bad.
Yeah, he,
Go watch it. It's a hoot.
1 or 1.5?
I don't know. I guess I'm willing to quantify that.
But yeah, you're, he'll actually, I can take you there. He'll lead you to the watch station.
I'm not carrying this guy.
I am.
That's good, because I would just drag him.
Yes, I am the
principles.
strongest person in the party by far. There's a reason I was stabbing people and not shooting them. I don't have the ability to add a modifier onto my Eldritch Blast yet.
But soon.
Yes, as I'm just shaking him with daggers. Aren't you supposed to be a magician? Shake, shake.
Magic! Holes are magically
Watch me make
appearing.
this blade disappear!
Now I'm thinking about the Joker.
Ta-da!
But yeah, he'll lead you there, and pretty much get ask for the story on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Persuasion.
22.
22. Yeah, he's gonna lead you. And pretty much once you get to the point of the murder, he's actually going to want to detour and go to the inn, and he'll check that out.
Uh-huh. Show him the pathway into the sewer and the trail to go to their other dugout pathway that leads back up to their house.
Yeah, and pretty much through that, he'll see the other 2 bodies of the guys you killed.
Mm-hmm. One's still hanging out in the sewer.
Yeah.
With its face caved in.
He just wouldn't stop trying.
This one put up a fight.
As you know, his weapon 10 feet away.
The other one has a crossbow just dead center in his head.
These weren't executions. They were a fight.
You can tell because we left this guy alive. We're the kind of guys that leave people alive.
Just gangland execution with a crossbow bolt. He wasn't on his knees, just blindfolded, shot in the back of the head with a crossbow.
But anyways, yeah, he'll take that information, and he'll take you back to the to the watch. It's, bit of a nice, a decently nice setup. It's, but yeah, he'll has sort of a spot inside where he can talk to go over. He talks to a guy, and once he sort of set the body just sort of on a hay pile. Off in their bit of the stable kind of area, just sort of you leave that here, and he'll take you into what is a small, not necessarily well kept office. where he sits down, along, sort of like there's a guy on the other side, and he sits down along with other, if you kind of cramped in the side, tells the story. Now, was there anything that, stolen property recovered?
I'll answer that.
Nope. What do you get?
18.
18?
I didn't recover any.
He doesn't quite seem to believe you. He's like, because it did look like, something had happened at, the tavern the guy points out.
How much money was in the bag?
You haven't actually counted it.
Was it more than the loose money that was on the ground?
Yes.
I give him the loose money that was on the ground. We covered this.
Oh. I went chasing the suspect. Didn't see him picking up money.
Do you have deception?
Not in any reasonable amount.
And what he said wasn't a deception. We did recover that. We
Make
recovered
that.
more, but we did.
You can have advantage.
It's not going to help, man. What am I going to roll? 10?
Oh, 17.
18.
18? He'll accept that as... Oh, okay, there we go. We'll take that. He'll take down pretty much, if you'd like, names. Name and address. Do you know what to give as an address?
Yeah.
Tungsten's Museum. We
I
are
handed
working
my
for
driver's
the...
license. It's got my picture on it.
That's...
Identification card.
He has a weird... even the material's kind of odd. He's not quite sure. But yeah, no,
It's like
he's
we are
familiar with
working
the
for
Tungsten Museum.
Duke or Count?
Count?
Yes, we are working for the Count. We were sent to the inn to deal with the rat problem.
Von rat problem. I love to count.
1, 2,
Count
3
Hubert
people
Tungsten
from other
II, who's
worlds.
under Duke Earl's Grant, which is the local leader of this area. He's in charge. Though they do point out, though we handle enforcing the law, as well as necessary militant force. Okay. He takes that down. He says, what we're going to try and contact family to get this back, returned to if no living family is found, or able to claim, then, it will, we'll send a message for you to be able to collect it.
They're totally keeping that. What kind of feudal society are you living in?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it is very much, first off, they are not the government. They are a separate organization which the government hires.
They're more likely to keep it.
You don't know.
Yeah. But I do...
It's not against the possibility to
No,
think that
that's
would be...
what my character believes.
Yeah, no. I do ask about the poster and turning in bounties, if that goes for human people, too, that were wrongdoers.
We can issue a gold per individual.
3?
Yeah, so that's three gold, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's plus 1 to each.
They will, finally, that's plus 1, and they, as much as it makes the math weird, they will also offer a 5 silver bonus for the individual that was still alive to be questioned and to find out more information on what's going on.
Okay.
So they'll get that as well.
So, you kept him alive, so you get...
5 silver? Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to kill him. I don't believe I deserve any of that money.
It's like, I would have got out of my way to... you did the same.
I said, I really just wanted to kill him, so...
What is yours? Chaotic?
Good.
Okay.
I am not good aligned.
No.
But otherwise, they'll say, we know where you're at if we have any actual questions. Most likely this, unless something comes up, this will most likely be the end of it. If you had anything else to say, you can say now. Otherwise, you're free to go, and we thank you.
I do ask about...
Is Errol in this place?
Arlene's?
What?
Arlene's?
Sure, that's how you pronounce it.
Yes, this is Arlene's.
Where's the Hog Smith? I'm holding a piece of paper when I ask. Where's the whole Hog Smith?
He'll give you basic directions. It just sounds like there's a bit of a a Smith's Corner kind of area. But yeah.
Ask about some of these rodents they have bounties on. Like kobolds and goblins. What kind of animals are those?
Most of them are members of what they would call the nomadic horde. We show a pretty good force, and they don't cause too much harm in our regions anymore. But they used to be quite a nuisance, and they will take weakness as a sign that they are invited to invade.
Okay.
So we just hunt them out of,
Now I'm just thinking of herds of angry, murderous buffalo called goblins.
Okay.
It's like, are we going somewhere for you?
Yeah, we're going to the Smith's area.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you're going to set off a bit to explore the city, we'll let that happen next time. We'll wrap this up here, and I hope you enjoyed that. And have a great day. Wait. Level 2.
Woo.
Have a
I
great day.
deserve it.
Bye. When we last left our heroes, what were you going to say?
Have you named this yet?
No.
Okay.
I had a suggestion and he poo-pooed it.
Was
Worlds
it because
collide.
it was shitty?
No, it was
Well, it's fine. It wasn't bad.
Oh, okay.
And it may end up being, who knows? At this point,
I don't know, it feels like it's not going to be epic enough for Worlds Collide.
That was my thought as well.
I feel like it's going to be, like, pretty standard.
thanks for the vote of confidence.